Hey guys, it's Eric with the Miller Park Minute, where we're throwing strikes and getting likes, hitting dingers, and getting listeners. Back again with another podcast. We are returning. Oh, I cut out my audio. We're returning from a very brief to long hiatus, however you look at it. We're back to talk Milwaukee Brewers baseball, as we like to do, guys. This is my channel. This is what we do here. It's a conversation about Brewers baseball. 365, always talking baseball. It's the number one sport. It's what I love to do and talk baseball with you guys. So the 2025 season is here. Didn't start out the way we wanted to. We did get a tribute to Bob Uecker in the first game. We got a couple other things. We'll cover that in a few minutes. But first of all, if you don't know the deal already, if you're new here, we are on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Always, we do live videos a couple times a week. We're going to be doing lives this year. I don't think every night we're going to be live, but we also do a live every Saturday at 4 p.m. Central Time. Times are subject to change. Most of our shows are going to be up and ready by 5:30 a.m. So if you're an early morning commuter, go ahead and check out the Miller Park Minute on all of your favorite podcast platforms. If you want to support the channel, you can go over to the Miller Park Minute Patreon page. That's patreon.com/Miller Park Minute. And you can support, you get extra content with that. So if that's something you're looking forward to, are looking for, we do have exclusive content available there. We also have a Facebook group if you want to join and chat along. You're always welcome to leave comments for me. I do try to answer any questions I get. Also, you can go over to SeatGeek and save $20 on your first purchase using the code Miller Park Minute. All right, guys. If you can't hear, I got a little sniffle in the voice today, so we're going to try and make this brief yet informative. It's talking about today's game. Let's get this. Let's air this out. First, it sucks to start off the season with a loss, but there are some positives to it, and I'm going to talk about what I see as a positive here. Yes, you did lose. Came down to the end. Freddie gave up 2 long balls. We know Freddie gives up long balls. I actually saw somebody earlier on Facebook calling for Freddie's head already and saying how terrible Freddie is, and I was like, wow, we're starting that on day one. Okay. First of all, Freddie has been a great pitcher for us. He's an all-star. And he's still got great stuff. I don't foresee any reason why we would just axe him. Sorry. Dumb. But some people just talk out of their ass. So go freaking figure, right? That being said, Freddie went 5 innings. He did give up 4 hits, two earned runs. He struck out the 8th, though. But the long ball bit him, and I've talked about that over and over again on this show and on this podcast. Freddie is always subject to the long ball. He leaves them up sometimes, and we know what happens when that happens. They fly out of the park real fast. Actually, I believe the broadcasters today, Joe and Rock, were saying that is those home runs probably wouldn't have been home runs in most other ballparks. So let's take that into consideration as well. We saw the usual cast of characters from the bullpen. The only really, really rough outing there was Koenig, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Just is what it is there, and that was in 2/3 of an inning. Other than that, the bullpen was pretty good. And again, it's day one. I'm not gonna scream and shout on day one here of the season. Positive, obviously, we got to see Capra hit his first home run, and Lane Grindle used the famous "get up, get out of here, gone." That call, he said, and if you go back to his Twitter account, you follow Lane Grindle on Twitter, he said that was the one and only tribute. He's not going to use that call, but that was his tribute call to Bob Uecker. He said he was going to do it on the first one. So the big things here is Jackson Cheerio struck out 5 times. Not what you want to see in the kid's first game, but he's got a lot of pressure. Let's remember that. Young kid, 21 years old. Yelich did not have a good day. Contreras did not have a good day. So, I mean, our main guys did not really hit here today. Frelick, Ortiz, Collins down the line, Capra, of course. Other than that, and Turing down at the bottom. I'd like to see Turing switch places. That's just my personal take on it. I think Turing would do much better at that front end of the lineup. I've always thought that. I've always liked when they batted him lead off. And I mean, the Yankees are always going to be a very competitive team. They have the money to spend. And that's just the truth of the matter. Devin Williams, though, let's talk about him for a moment. So Devin Williams looked very Devin Williams there in that 9th inning. He looked like he was about to give it up. Unfortunately, we were not able to cash in on Devin Williams. Now, to say that won't happen in one of the next games, we don't know, guys. We do not know that. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see him cash in on Devin Williams. Just my take. Just because he, you get a little bitter feeling in your heart about when they lost like they did in the playoffs last year. Funny side note, the White Sox are over 500 for the first time since winning their opening series in 2023. I think that's pretty funny. Ohtani started out the day with a home run. Of course, he's already played in 2 games, but second home run of the season for Shohei Ohtani. In case you're keeping track of that, Wells was the first official home run because our game was the first one to start. A lot of firsts, not a lot, but a few first. Of course, this was debut games for a lot of people, first opening day rosters. Those are important things along the way. They're just they're not as celebrated. Obviously, the Capra home run, first hit home run, huge. A lot of fun scenes from opening day in general. I think as we get further in the season, we're going to deep dive more some of these statistics and numbers. It was good to see Joe Buck and the Rock calling the game. Pat Murphy's comment on Cheerio striking out. He'll learn. He'll remember. It's just something he had to go through. I think we're all going to see these bad days from our young guys. I think we'd hope that they're not in plenty, but I know that they're going to come. Mama said there's going to be days like this, and there's no more true statement than that. So let's remember that, guys. Let's not be too hard on them. It's only game 1, and a lot of lessons to be learned. Wasn't a blowout to the New York Yankees, which is huge in my opinion. We got Yankees on Saturday, Yankees on Sunday. Give a little day, a little breather in between, which is kind of nice. Now, here's where the tough part comes, and I have yet to put out this video. So I, like everyone else, am in that spot where we're in between what service we need to have, right? So MLB TV says that it doesn't have any blackouts, right? So, do we ride with just having MLB TV? I don't know. I'm going to explore these options this weekend, see what there is out there. Previously, I told you guys that MLB TV and a VPN would work. Just depends on where you're located in the state of Wisconsin. But I'm going to roll with that this weekend. I do have the MLB via T-Mobile. I am going to try that out. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go to FanDuel, and I think it's $189 this year. Did anybody else see that? That's pretty crazy. Leave a comment below if you've already paid for it. I'm just curious. They said that streaming services were going to be the death of cable, and they're really not, guys. I mean, so my two primary things are wrestling and baseball. I think you guys all know this. You've been with me long enough. If you haven't, and you're new here, I like professional wrestling and baseball. Those are my two things. And right now we're at this point where, okay, you could get cable, but cable's still not going to offer everything that, especially with the baseball. We've got Apple Friday night games coming up. We've got Sunday night ESPN games coming up. We've got, random other games that necessarily won't be aired on cable. That's just how it is. So there's a lot of exploration that we have to do here, and there's no guaranteed cheapest way to do this. So right now I'm currently rocking ESPN Plus, MLB, which was free, and I might have to get FanDuel, which is outwardly expensive. So unless they offer a deal in the next coming days for opening weekend. So I'm praying on that. I'm hoping on that. But it's tough because you want to follow your team. You want to support your team. I saw a comment today, where can I get games free? Well, you could go to Stream East, but Stream East, you got to click through all kinds of spam. You get fishy links. I mean, nothing is good there. Adult links show up, all kinds of things. And it's just like, I don't want that on my browser. I don't want my kid to see that kind of thing. It's just not good. So I'm still looking into that. I will research that. That will be probably one of the next few videos that I come out with. Normally, by this point in the year, I have already done this research, but I will have that available to you. The other thing there's so much little stuff that I haven't talked about, but I talked a little bit with Peter about the Canna deal. I thought that was a weird trade. I thought it was weird signing. We signed him, and it basically didn't look like he had a spot, and now he got traded to Kansas City. Same thing happened with Manuel Margot, though. Manuel Margot was in for the Detroit Tigers tonight against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers still looking like the Dodgers. They won. Go figure. Ohtani went deep. I watched a little bit of the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Miami Marlins game, but at the end, didn't see Paul Skeens. I wanted to see Paul Skeens, but I missed it. I'm just thinking of any other news that. I didn't cover the post-game concerts. I think those are weird and interesting, but I may or may not attend. The Shaq as the DJ is just weird, so I don't know. We'll see. Cortez is going to be on the bump tomorrow, Saturday. We'll talk a little bit more about that in the next Cortez versus Fried. It'll be interesting to see what Cortez does in Yankee Stadium. I think guys have a desire to perform, and that's maybe where Devin dug deep today and was able to get those final outs. I don't know. It's a mindset and it's a thing. It's just very new. You know what I mean? So, but as it's slated, we are starting Cortez, Fried, Savali, and then Monday it says to be determined yet. I'm sure that's going to figure out. Right now, we actually have a spot in the bullpen. I know we talked a little bit about the roster and what they were going to do with Abner. Abner is on the roster right now, so it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. Quintana is down. If you haven't caught that, Quintana is down. Quintana is down, getting his time in, his not rehab start, so to speak, but his extra time in because he signed late into spring training. So we will see where that shakes out and how he does getting ready for the season. They're thinking mid-April, I think, at this point. So, and then as far as the, let's talk about the injured list. So we start down. Obviously, Brandon Woodruff is right there, but we're also down Blake Perkins. He's expected possibly May is what they're saying. Yeah, he's been behind the 8 ball. He was originally projected March 23rd. Tobias Myers, oblique. He's on the 15-day, mid-April. Nick Mears, illness recovery, so he's on the 15-day. Mears is mid-April as well. Then you're looking at Brandon Woodruff. They're saying potentially May. So we did get to see him in that spring training game, which was pretty exciting. Ashby, they don't have a date on. That's that oblique strain. Pannone, left flexor tendon. Yeah, there's no date on him. DL Hall, no earlier than late May, 60-day IL on March 5th. Backus, right lat surgery. I feel like he was on the injured list all last year. Tommy John for Robert Gasser, so we won't see him. He's going to go to late 2025. That was actually last year they had the Tommy John. Latest transactions, Chad Patrick, recalled from AAA Nashville. Jake Bowers selected to the 40-man. Brewer Hicklin was designated for assignment. Jose Quintana was optioned to the Arizona complex. Just like I said, again, for that warm-up. Nick Mears, Tobias Myers, Brandon Woodruff, Aaron Ashby placed on the injured list, and outfielder Blake Perkins, retroactive to March 24th. And that catches us up with the transactions. So yes, we do have some depth. It just needs to hit depth. It just needs to heal up. Again, my voice. It's just my voice with this nasally. Hopefully, it'll heal up. I'll be back on it tomorrow. Looking at what we've got in the system, of course, we've talked about Jefferson Caro, Jesus Made, Cooper Pratt. We got to see Jacob Mizorowski. We got to see, and Mike Boivy. He's Double-A. Mizorowski went down to Triple-A. Cooper Pratt, Double-A. And Jesus Made is in rookie ball. Jefferson Carroll is still recovering for injury. He missed a good portion of last year, so Mr. Go was talking about that with us. He is pretty hot on those prospects, so he knows a little bit. But yeah, we're getting ready for a home opener on Monday. Very excited for that, guys. We have had a good little start here. If you watch baseball around the league, if you're one of those people like me who likes to watch a little around the league, there was some good action going on, and we'll have continued good action. As far as anything else goes, right now we're just going to leave it at this. Sorry for the shorter episode. I apologize. Just with opening day starting, and being a little under the weather, I didn't do as much research for this episode as I would have liked. But we will definitely come back at you in the next video, which should be tomorrow as well. We'll talk about news around the league and anything else Milwaukee Brewers that we can get our hands on. Guys, remember to like and subscribe. As always, we will see you tomorrow, and go Brewers.
Thank you for watching the Miller Park Minute. Go Brewers!